Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, everyone.
Happy Monday, everybody.
Hope everyone's having an awesome Monday.
Yes,
Dean
well,
and Jen with Gain.
that's us. That's us.
What is
And we
going
only a day
on?
away from ending July, so
Yes.
August is fastly approaching.
We missed you
What's up,
guys these
everybody?
past 2 days. We had a little mini family vacation.
Yes,
So we took a
busy,
break, a couple
busy.
days.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey, Carrie, Susan. I'll
Naringa.
let you say that name. Grayson, Gina,
Naringa.
what's going on, everyone?
Happy Monday to you all. Happy July 30th.
Hello, Kendra.
So as Jen mentioned, we were at for those of you familiar with Florida at Busch Gardens the last 2 days, or no, what was it?
Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday. We did that year
Having some
past.
fun.
So it was what, the fourth time we've been there in a couple of weeks.
Our children love it there.
But it was apropos because the last time we were
Hey, Dallas,
on,
what's going on?
we talked a little bit about the dreaded D word, which was disappointment. And going into this weekend, our children had a little bit of disappointment because they wanted to go see their grandparents, and something happened and they weren't able to go. And
Hey, Lisa. Hey, Lynn.
so a good, what's going on, guys? A good second option was to go to Busch Gardens, but it was kind of neat because we talked about disappointment, and just a refresher, the 2 points of it. The first was not to deny it, and the second was to come up with a solution, because there's a solution to every problem or challenge. And so
Hey, Ed, what's going on?
fresh off of that, we go the first day. And for you in Florida, you realize in the summertime it rains every day
Every day in the afternoon,
in
usually.
the
Sometimes the
afternoon.
morning, but you definitely are going to have the afternoon
Yeah.
thunderstorms.
So most of you that probably understand this, if you've been to Busch Gardens or any amusement park, there's a rule that if there's a lightning seen within 8 miles,
Hmm.
they have to shut everything down.
All the
So
outside attractions and the
yeah,
rides.
so what's that mean in Florida? Well, in Florida, that means, we're the lightning capital of the world in summer. It rains every afternoon. There's lightning
Hmm.
every afternoon. And so really, Busch Gardens, first tip is summer's probably not the best time really to go, because you show up, I don't know what, we showed up there 11 o'clock, let's say.
A little before
Um,
11, 10:30.
and
The park opens at 10.
it was a Saturday,
Hmm.
so, and it is a summer, so there's
It's busy.
thousands of people
A lot
there.
of tourists.
And, I think we saw one show, and we go in to ride the cheetah, which, I waited 2 hours with my two children.
I had to wait behind with
Yeah,
our stuff, but literally in line for 2 hours. They were
yeah.
in line, and
You get right to the end.
they get to the gate to get to be the next ones to get on the roller coaster, and then
Mhm.
what's the
And it shut
announcement?
down. Lightning, and actually the sun was shining about 8 miles away. Apparently there was lightning seen, and
Hmm.
so they shut it down. And basically they had, all the rides shut down the rest of the afternoon. I mean, so I don't know what time that was at that point, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, because we waited 2 hours.
That was like, yeah, that was like four, yeah, maybe like
Right.
three. So so yeah, the children came off of the disappointment of not going to grandparents
Yeah.
for the week to the excitement of going to Busch Gardens, and super excited and happy about being there, and then excited about riding the cheetah, which is
Yeah. Great ride. You know.
one of the most popular rides there,
You
which
know.
generally has a 60-minute wait or longer
Yeah.
on a regular basis there, to waiting 2 hours, getting to the gate
Right to the end.
right before
You're
getting
literally about to
on,
get on.
and not able to ride the roller coaster. Now we're talking about a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old.
Yes. And they did extremely well, extremely patient in the wait.
They
So
hadn't had lunch because they were so excited to get in line for the roller
yeah.
coaster. So they were hungry and thirsty after waiting in line for 2 hours, and then they ended
As
up
was I.
walking down.
And so all the rides are shut down. So there's no other rides you can go on.
Except for
And
the inside shows.
right. So but we try to go to Inside Show, but guess what you do when all the outside attractions are closed? Everyone flocks
To
to
the
the shows.
shows.
And so we walk about a
We
mile and a
ran,
half.
we ran across the park. Yes,
Mhm.
well over a mile,
Yep.
probably a mile and a half, 2 miles, to get to this show, which is their favorite show in the park. It's a pet show, which is a really cool show. To get there 10 minutes before the show starts and the doors are closed because the theater is full.
Yeah.
That's the first time. So then what did we end up doing? We walked around for a bit and looked at some animals.
We thought they would open again, and they didn't. And
came back an hour later. So we went to the other side of the park again, another 1.5 miles.
And the other thing is with the animals, they weren't all visible. Usually they are, but the monkeys were out that day. The gorillas were in their house. Yeah, they were out, meaning they weren't in their in their enclosure. The
tigers weren't out. We couldn't. The chimps weren't out.
So fast forward that first day, they saw one show. They rode no rides, and they saw virtually no animals.
Yes.
So.
But we also went back to the pet show a second time.
And we're locked out. Yeah.
We're locked out. So 2 times not getting into the show that they wanted. They didn't get to ride any rides after waiting in line for over 2 hours. And they saw one show, which wasn't even their favorite show.
But this story has a good ending. So first of all, I want to say they did phenomenally well with that. So I tell you this, and you're probably thinking, wow, you drove 2.5 hours. You spent virtually all day.
Walking
and
around.
That's the production you got out of it after they were already disappointed about not getting to see their grandparents. And first of all, they handled it well because they knew, you know what, we're staying in a hotel tonight, which we're excited about, and we're going to get another shot at this tomorrow. So that coupled off the night we're talking about disappointment. So that would be considered a pretty disappointing time, right?
For children, especially.
For children. So we fast forward, and there's a couple themes to the story. First of all, we got a nice tip for you. If you didn't already know, these type of parks, you got to go early. So first, the disclosure on this one, because we are in Florida, is if you have the option, I wouldn't choose summer. I would choose fall because the weather's a little cooler. You're not going to rain every day and be shut down for half the day, more than half the day. But if you have to go to summer because that's your vacation time, you got to go early before the storms start and before the people get there.
Yes.
So the next day, we get up and we go early. The park actually opened earlier than normal at 8:30. We were there. They get there. First thing they do is they ride the cheetah four straight times.
Literally just running up.
The same
there is
ride
no line.
That we waited 2 hours not to get on.
Yes.
They literally just ran through and ran 4 times. Then we went to their second favorite ride, the Cobra.
Second roller coaster.
Ran that twice in a row. And all the animals, they saw more than they had ever seen. So we got to see not only the cheetah, but they got to see the cheetahs run. They got to see a gorilla, doing some tricks, which was really cool. Yeah. They got to see lions, which lions sleep 20 hours of the day.
Yes.
They got to see some pretty playful lions, pretty eventful. The adults got a good entertainment out of it too.
The lion and the lioness. They were both out.
It was interesting. It was interesting. I think the lioness didn't eat apples, and the lion really wanted her to. So they got to see that.
If you didn't check the live on apples, go back a couple days and you know what Dean's talking about.
Yeah, he was trying to feed her apples, and she just was not having it. But all for everyone to see. And like I said, lions sleep 20 hours a day.
And then the little chipmunk things. What are those things that DJ loves? Like literally all the animals were out. The lemurs. And
they got to see their pet show. And they got to see the ice show. So they saw more and did more before 11 o'clock than we did every other trip we had, let alone
that we've done.
And so obviously the tip is if you get there right at opening, there's not crowds. You're not going to worry about the rain. Because guess what? It did rain at 2, and they basically shut the park down. But we were cool. We're like, all right, we're out of here. We left at 3, having seen that last show, and really checking the boxes, having a very, very awesome productive
weekend.
Time. So that is the lesson from before, that there is a solution. They had disappointment. We accepted it as is. They took it very well. The solution was, you know what, we got to go early. We got to beat the rain, and we got to beat the crowd, because those are the 2 obstacles you face. Huge lines and rain that's going to shut the place down. And so that was cool that happened the day after we had that live. But there is one other lesson of which we want to talk about tonight, and that is that everyone and everything is trainable. And what we mean by that is, so while we were watching these animals, something occurred to us. So, first of all, obviously, there's an animal show where they train, and those are more domesticated across the board animals. But we got to see a gorilla doing all kinds of things.
Yes.
that they were able to teach him to do, obviously for the positive reinforcement of food. We got to see a cheetah chase things around to show off his speed just because they somewhat trained him to do. Now, these are wild animals, and they're very forthright in saying that, like, hey, you cannot domesticate these animals, but through positive reinforcement,
they can enhance the behaviors that they're already
we can
doing.
teach them things that we like them to see them do.
Yes.
And they do that. And it just got us to thinking about, in our business, in our profession, people make changes. And a lot of times when you need to make a change, it seems very difficult because you're doing something you've never done before.
Scary.
Or learning something you never learned before. And not to compare you to a gorilla or to a cheetah or to, you know, an owl, anything of those things. But if a wild animal, and something that's even amazing is that tigers there voluntarily give blood. They've trained them to the point of understanding that they don't have to put them under. They voluntarily let them take blood. And so
the gorillas too, like it was really amazing to see the gorilla trainer work with the gorilla from the outside of the glass. They're not inside with them. But like literally she shared with us that they trained the gorilla and she showed it to us with a stethoscope. Yeah. They put the stethoscope up to the glass, right. And the gorilla puts his chest up there to get his heart read. Yeah. They put a Q-tip up for the ear, and the gorilla puts his ear up against the. They do the eye test with the flashlight, and the gorilla puts his eye up to the glass to get tested. They have trained the gorilla to voluntarily take a shot. An injection when medication is needed. Yeah. So it was just amazing to see.
Those things were amazing. And
hey, Tiffany. Hey, Angie. Oh, a lot of people popped on.
Yeah, I didn't scroll down.
Mindy, Midge, Karen, Holly. What's going on, everybody?
So,
Bill. Hey, Bill.
So we got thinking about that and just saying, hey, listen, again, a wild animal, obviously there's reinforcement. There's a reason they're doing it, but they're very trainable. And people are the same way. When you have goals or you have a new career opportunity.
Bill popped on.
Yeah, absolutely. Billy. So you still have to let me know, Bill, what day you want to do lunch, by the way. I might have a pretty date with me. So, but when you make those changes, a lot of times it seems tough, you know, especially when people make career changes and they're saying, yeah, I'm learning a whole new thing.
It's scary.
But the fact of the matter is, and we've talked about this before, that every task is trainable, every person is trainable. Sometimes it takes a little longer for others. Sometimes it takes a little longer for you to get a certain task, but you will get better, you will grow, and that should be encouragement to you. It should be encouragement that you can get.
Ty, Laura Lee, what's going on?
What's going on, guys?
Our friends, our Canadian friends.
When you get a wild animal, a very dangerous, huge animal that could hurt you, to voluntarily let you draw their blood because they've learned it's for their betterment. You know, learning a new task or reading a book doesn't seem so big a deal, or starting a new exercise program or trying a new nutrition plan. And so when we work with clients and those are some of the tasks at hand, it's just a good reminder to say, hey, you know what? Everything is trainable. Everyone is trainable. It may seem like a lot to make a few of these adjustments now, but we believe in you. You can do it. Mm-hmm. And when you do it, it's built so much momentum, and you're doing crazy things with your goals and your career and your life, similar to the things they accomplish, you know, at a zoo in Busch Gardens. So we just thought, you know, hey, that was pretty cool about the disappointment, but then we just said, hey, everything is trainable. And once you learn a lesson, you go forward. So we thought we would share that.
And it's the value in seeing the good too in the disappointment, because the children really took it well. And I mean, they were just looking at the fact that they were there, you know, at Busch Gardens, experiencing the experience of us being there together as a family, and the excitement of that evening going to the hotel, which was to them was, ooh, that's like awesome for them. The little joys in life, and they're so grateful, and we're so blessed that they are.
And quite frankly, that's part of being trainable as well, is the attitude you have going into it. So if you're learning a new task or trying something new, in the positivity of knowing that, you know, that's half the battle. And again, I was extremely impressed with how they took the first disappointment. We're just looking forward and had a positive attitude. And when you have that frame, it's so easy to learn and grow. And so, we could take a little bit of that and realize, you know, if you go in with the right attitude, that you know you're trainable, and you know that every action is trainable, it makes it a reality, and it's much more easy to get accomplished. So in the world of coaching, there's really nothing more important than realizing that attitude there, and knowing that no matter where you are,
you can
always
grow
get better and get better. And so
there's always room for growth.
Lessons given on the part of Busch Gardens, Tampa, Florida. So thank you, Busch Gardens. So that should make sense to you. Hope it does. Hope you share it and like it with your friends. Hope you connect with us if you haven't already on growthandimprovement.com.
Yes. Hey, Jennifer, what's going on?
If you're not on the newsletter, it's gainhottips.com. We're going to push any hot tips we have, whether they be from Busch Gardens or anything else in life that we feel is valuable to help you. We're going to do that. So please connect with us if you're not.
Yes.
Gainhottips.com.
And like Dean said, like, comment, and share. Definitely share the message. You're helping us spread the message of energized, helpful, vibrant living, which we all need.
Yes.
If we can all live a little bit more consciously and growing, it's so much better for all of us.
Just remember, you are trainable. You are coachable. Everyone is trainable. Everything is trainable. So go out and do it. And if you need help, we're here.
Yes. All right, guys. That is it for Monday night. We hope you have a great rest of your evening, and we will catch you tomorrow.
Yep. See you later, guys.